The air inside the Basilica of St. John Lateran doesn't smell of incense or beeswax. It smells of rot. It is January 897 AD. The highest officials of the Catholic Church are gathered, but they aren't here for a mass. They are here for a trial. On the throne sits the defendant. He is dressed in the full, shimmering regalia of a pope. The triple-tiered crown rests on his head. Sacred vestments drape over his shoulders. But there is a problem. The pope has been dead for 9 months. His skin is a waxy, sickly gray. His eyes are hollow pits. His body is propped up by wooden stakes to keep it from slumping onto the floor. Across from him stands Pope Stephen VI. He isn't praying, he is screaming. He is pointing a finger at the rotting remains and demanding an answer for crimes committed years ago. This is not a nightmare. This is history. This is the Cadaver Synod. And today, we're stepping into the darkest courtroom in human history. To understand how a pope ends up cross-examining a corpse, you have to understand Rome in the 9th century. History calls this period the Saeculum Obscurum, the Dark Age. This wasn't the Rome of grand empires, it was a snake pit. The papacy wasn't just a religious office, it was a political trophy. Imagine a world where the crown of the Pope changed hands through poison, daggers, and street brawls. Italy was fractured. Local dukes and emperors fought over the city like dogs over a bone. Enter Formosus. He was a man of immense talent and even greater ambition. He had spent years as a bishop, navigating the treacherous waters of European politics. But Formosus had enemies, powerful ones, specifically the House of Spoleto, a ruthless dynasty that viewed Rome as their personal property. When Formosus finally ascended to the papacy in 891, he did the unthinkable. He betrayed the Spoletos. He crowned a rival as the Holy Roman Emperor. It was a move that secured his power while he was alive. But in the 9th century, death was no guarantee of peace. Formosus died of a stroke in 896. He was buried with the usual honors, but the House of Spoleto didn't want him gone. They wanted him humiliated. They pressured the new pope, Stephen VI, a man whose sanity is still debated by historians, to do the impossible. Stephen ordered the body of Formosus to be exhumed. Imagine the gravediggers working by torchlight, terrified of the sacrilege they were committing. They pulled the decaying remains from the tomb. They dragged the corpse into the great hall. They dressed it. They sat it on the throne. To make the trial legal, Stephen appointed a young deacon to stand beside the body. The deacon's job? To speak for the dead. Every time Stephen shouted a technical legal charge, accusing Formosus of holding 2 bishoprics at once, the deacon would whisper a defense, his voice trembling as he stood inches away from the stench of his predecessor. The trial lasted for days, a living madman screaming at a silent, rotting ghost. The verdict was never in doubt. Stephen VI declared Formosus guilty of all charges, but the sentence, that was where the madness truly took hold. They didn't just strip the body of its clothes, they declared his entire papacy void. Every priest he had ordained, not a priest. Every blessing he gave, cancelled.
Then the executioner stepped forward. They took the hand of the corpse, the hand Formosus had used to give the papal blessing, and they hacked off the 3 fingers of benediction. The damned body was then dragged through the streets of Rome. The citizens watched in horror as their former Holy Father was bounced off the cobblestones like a sack of trash. Finally, they reached the banks of the Tiber River. With a final heave, they tossed the mutilated remains into the gray water. They thought they were washing away his legacy. They were actually drowning the reputation of the Church for centuries to come. But the story doesn't end in the river. Legend says that a fisherman eventually pulled the body of Formosus from the water, and then the rumors started. People claimed the corpse began performing miracles. The tide of public opinion turned overnight. The people of Rome, disgusted by Stephen's cruelty, revolted. They broke into the palace. They seized Pope Stephen, stripped him of his robes, and threw him into a dungeon. Not long after, he was strangled to death in his cell. The Cadaver Synod was officially condemned. A few years later, another pope had Formosus pulled from his second grave, reclothed him, and buried him in St. Peter's Basilica with full honors. To this day, the Church forbids the trial of a dead person. They learned the hard way that some secrets are better buried. The Cadaver Synod remains a chilling reminder of what happens when politics consumes faith and when vengeance knows no bounds. If you think modern politics is crazy, just remember the time they put a corpse on trial. If you want more deep dives into the weirdest corners of history, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The past is full of shadows, and we're just getting started. I'm the Dark Storyteller, and this was Weird History.